the Millionaire Imprint for Women. This new radio show is about imprinting wealth for women, inspiring women of all ages to heal their karmic debts, to transcend the shame of poverty consciousness that women have lived with for centuries. It's time for women, for you, to have a new relationship with money, to radiate wealth from the inside out. We are creating a ripple effect, empowering millions of women to claim their inner wealth. Join Kornelia on the Kornelia Stephanie Show at Transformation Talk Radio. Are you in? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Millionaire Imprint for Women. I'm so excited about today's show because we have a new co-host that I'm going to introduce you to that's going to be with us for the next year in our brand new decade that we're starting off 2020 with. And you're going to meet my new co-host today, Dawnette Palmore. And I can't wait to bring her on. But I want to tell you all today about what this show is going to be about. Do you have fear or freedom with your finances? We're getting ready to move into a brand new decade. And I say, let's choose freedom. Freedom with our finances. That's the choice that we all must make. With my new co-host today, we're going to be talking about how we're going to find out what kind of fears people have with money and what freedom with their finances will look like. Let me introduce you to Dawnette Palmore. Live your purpose, financial wellness coach. Your life funded, your dreams funded, your worries unfunded. Hallelujah! Dawnette Palmore is a financial wellness coach located in the beautiful city of Long Beach, California. She was a stay-at-home mom and a small business owner for over 20 years. After years of frustration and hopelessness, Dawnette discovered some common sense principles that helped her gain control of her money, gave her peace and hope for the future. Dawnette then made it her passion to create a world where people are not imprisoned by their finances, but are empowered to live out their purpose. Welcome to the show, Dawnette.
Hello. It's so good to be here. I am so excited. Thank you for that amazing introduction.
I'm so excited because you're going to be with us over the next year, and you're going to help us in 2020 finding our freedom with our finances. Over the last, year and a half, we've had many co-hosts on the Millionaire Imprint, but this one is extra special. And the reason why is we're starting out a brand new decade, and you're going to give us the practical tools and the tips and everything that we need to do to get started right now with living in freedom with our finances. I know there's so many people that are feeling that call, that are wanting to be financially free. I was just on Facebook this morning and saw my niece talked about how she wanted to be financial freedom was one of her main goals in 2020. And that's one of the things that you're helping us out with, right? In
Exactly.
2020. This is what we can expect, right?
Exactly. And just like you said, a brand new decade. I mean, how exciting is that it's like a do-over, right? We get a redo, reset. It's going to be exciting. And finding out how can we really have that peace and freedom with our finances. And what does that look like? Because it's not the same for everybody.
Exactly. And so, but in order to get started today, I want to find out about your story, how you got started with facing your fears and changing your story.
Absolutely. And I've been doing that a lot this year, facing my fears. It's been a fun year. Well, I've been married for 21 years to an amazing husband. We actually have 6 children all together. So he has 2, I have 1, and then we had 3 together, which has given us so far 2 beautiful grandchildren. Super excited to be a grandma. And we have 2 dogs. I've been a domestic engineer for over 23 years, which is fancy name for homemaker.
Oh, I love that. I've never heard that before. I was thinking, what is a domestic engineer? Perfect.
When I say that to people, they're like, that's really cool. I'm like, it's a homemaker, but it is cool. I enjoyed it. I was very blessed and thankful to be able to do that. I also was able to homeschool my kids.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've been a small business owner for over 20 years. Before I kind of talk about how I became a financial coach, something I ask my clients about is, what did they learn about money growing up? Some people say nothing, but you do learn, right? Because we learn from our environment. So, and it also helps us to become aware of why we're doing what we're doing. And then we can deal with it, right? Once we become aware with it, then we can deal with it and set a plan and fix it or become better. So I grew up, I had two parents. I was tossed around from parent to family member till I was about 11 years old. I settled down with a single dad until I was 16, and then I left home. Sometimes we were dirt poor. Sometimes we had what we needed, and sometimes we had a little bit more. And I'm not bashing my parents at all. It's the way I grew up. They did the best they could. I'm very, very, very thankful for it. But what did I learn? Well, neither one of them ever showed me how to do a checkbook, how to pay bills. I didn't learn any of that. But it taught me, it made me not make sure my kids didn't repeat that. I wanted my kids to have everything that I didn't have. So what happened? I spent all my money on my kids. And then I learned, about 6 or 7 years ago, I started doing some research because I was like, well, I probably should be doing something. I am getting older. Nobody's funding my retirement. We're not saving. We were making really good money, but we were always broke. When the money ran out, we were broke, and we're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Right? That's what about 80% of America's doing right now.
Yeah.
I knew I had to make a change. So again, I started doing some research, found some steps that gave me hope and peace. It wasn't too late. It's not as overwhelming as it sounds. And I can do this little by little, one thing at a time. Mm-hmm. I wanted to share that hope and peace with the world because it helps us to open up. When our finances are straight, so much becomes clear. We can think about other things, besides whether or not our lights are going to stay on. We can open up to our purpose. What are we here to do?
Yes, and I love that piece. You know, you just hit something that when our finances are clear, we can open up to so much more, and that includes, you know, taking better care of ourselves, taking better care of our physical bodies. You know, taking care of things that might need attention, because a lot, you know, there's so many things that are changing in the world, the way that we eat, our nutrition, core values, you know, different things about how we want to spend our days, how we want to spend our time, how we earn a living, how we make money. And so it's important to, you know, get clear with our finances so that we can live more, like you said, with our purpose, that we're not a slave to society or to a paycheck, but that we're actually in charge of it, and that we feel more at peace with our finances than waiting to put out fires.
Yes, totally agree.
Right.
When you get, I mean, I can't even explain the peace that I have and the things that we've gone through. I would say I think it's been about 4 years. We had to actually close down one of our businesses. And I had just got done getting out of debt. Going through that was not fun.
No.
But not having to owe anybody money, oh my gosh. It was one less thing I had to worry about. And I can just concentrate on having to deal with, pretty much emotionally detached from the situation. Say, okay, this is what has to be paid this week. This is what we have money for. This is how much money we have for groceries. I know that. And then just slowly shut that business down. It really gave me peace through all of that, even though it was something hard to deal with.
Wow. So, I mean, 6 children. I don't know what it's like to support one child as far as financially, but 6 children, we know that takes some money. That takes some money, because if you're going out to dinner, I know that if I go out to dinner by myself, a decent dinner, $25, $30 per person. Right. So, there's changes and things that you have to make in order to support a family like that and a lifestyle like that. And so being responsible with your finances and what brings you peace of mind and the type of lifestyle that you want to live, that's what we're going to be talking about. And that's the kind of freedom that we want to support others with. And you're going to help us over the course of this next year in various different topics and show segments, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, your family, you said that you, when you grew up, you weren't really taught on how to balance a checkbook, right?
Right.
That you spent all the money. And I think that's a lot of people do that. They spend all the money they have, not realizing that having savings or, putting a budget together, these are like important things in order to, support their financial well-being.
Yes, that's very true. Sometimes we get caught up in the moment, like we have to have it now. Don't worry about tomorrow. It's never going to come, or we're going to die someday. We just got to spend it all and enjoy it. And I'm not against people spending their money and enjoying it. Absolutely not. Because what's the fun of making it if we can't spend it, right? And enjoy it and do things that give us joy. But we have to do that within reason. We also have to think about the future, because we don't know how long we're going to live. What if we're 90 and we spent all our money? We're going to still have to work, right?
Yes.
So we have to learn how to do a balance of what can we do now and save for later.
That's so perfect. What can we do now and save for later? Let's talk about that a little bit more when we get back. We're going to take a break on the Kornelia Stephanie Show with my new co-host, Dawnette Palmore. We'll be right back.
Are you your story? Or can you change your story? Can you change what you believe to be true about yourself and your circumstances as part of your healing journey? What if you were to change your expectations? What if you were to invite ease and cooperation into every day and then step back and see what happens? It might just be easier. I'm Megan Edge, and I hope that you'll join me on my new radio show, Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Talk Radio. I look forward to seeing you there.
Want to find out more about Megan Edge? Visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as we, Jason and Patricia, discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information about Living Lighter, visit www.livinglighter.org.
Are you ready to shift your current beliefs about death, from debilitating pain and loss? Follow Angie Corbett-Kuiper as she shares that through choice, present moment awareness, and keeping an open mind that anything is possible, even in death. Tune in to Beyond Proof Radio with Angie, redefining death and loss, every first and third Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more, visit AngieCorbettKuiper.com.
Part of life is the aromas and delights of our sensuality. Hummingbird Jewel shares her secret formula and her signature fragrance oil, Julia. This fragrance oil can be used in a variety of ways, such as scenting your laundry, car, or closet. The oils come in roll-ons for convenience. If you prefer a perfume bottle, we can package them together, elegantly wrapped for gift giving. If you're interested Contact me at hummingbird-jewel.com.
Do you need a makeover on your finances? Do you have more month at the end of your money? Do you wonder where all your money goes? Dawnette Palmore has been helping people since 2015 gain control of money so they can live out their purpose. If you need help or know someone that does, go to proverbsfinancialcoaching.com to book your free 30-minute consultation.
Welcome back, everyone. I would love it if you would call into the show today. Call us at 1-800-930-2819. Call us up and tell us about what it is that you're afraid of when it comes to money. What is it about money that makes you scared, that makes you feel fearful? You know, the more that we talk about the money conversation, the more the fear gets dissolved, because when we talk about things openly and honestly, and when we're courageous about, talking about the things that frighten us, there are solutions to it, but it takes courage. It takes courage to talk about it openly. There's so many women that are, going to bed with feeling the burdens of anxiety of not knowing how they're going to take care of their bills, how they're going to get their financial debts taken care of. And they're not even talking to their girlfriends about it because of shame that they may be feeling. And so there's really nothing to be ashamed about, because we're all doing the best we can. And it's about what it is that we do now, right, Dawnette?
Exactly. I tell people, we do what we know until we know something better.
That's right. A good one. We do what we know until we know something better.
Right.
That's a quote. That's a really good quote. I love that. And
we all make mistakes, and it's okay. It's how we learn.
Exactly. And so there's really no judgment. It's like, okay, here's the situation. Let's take a look at what these fears are. Let's take a look at this. But first, make the choice to choose to live in freedom with your finances. And that's what this show is about. And then also what we want to empower our audience into this next decade that we're moving into. So let's talk a little bit about the show, what people can expect over the coming year.
Okay. So I want people to know that it's never too late, never, to gain control of your finances. And as scary as it sounds, it's easier than we think. Like I said, little steps. Sometimes we even have to crawl. It's okay, because it's about progress, not perfection, right? We just got to make a little progress every day. But we also have to roll up our sleeves and do some hard work. One is becoming aware, right? Facing where we're at. And it's okay. There's no shame in that. Statistics says 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So we know we're not alone. So there's no shame in that. We're not alone. So that's something to remember. A lot of people, when they think about a budget, sometimes they've been abused by a budget. Oh, you can't do that because it's not in the budget. Or they feel like it tells them what they can't do. They're going to be restricted. I can't do this. I can't do that. It tells them where they can't go. Some people don't like spreadsheets. I don't like spreadsheets. But we need to know what's going on. So we have to keep track of it. And some people think, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. I don't want to do this. But I teach my clients how to do it in about 15 minutes a month.
Do you? That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So for those of us who don't enjoy it, we can get it done in about 15 minutes.
Nice. I love that. How do people get in contact with you to find out about what it is that you do with your clients?
They can call me at 562-556-1227. That's my direct line. Or you can text me. I'll answer texts. You can connect with me on any social media. Everything's at Proverbs Financial Coaching. Yeah, those are the ways you can get a hold of me.
Great. And then you also have a free gift for our audience today. What is I love that.
I have this awesome little RFID. I got to say that slow because then it'll come out wrong. It's a great tool, especially with the holidays coming around where we're doing a lot more shopping. You put your debit or your credit card in there, and it protects it from people coming by that can electronically scan it. So wow. We got a lot of identity theft going on. It's one extra layer of protection that we can put out there. So if you guys drop me a text or DM me on any of my social media with your email, I will send out as many of these as you want.
That's wonderful. And so I would, encourage everybody to take advantage of that, because that is one step you're choosing. Financial freedom is protection, protecting yourself. So definitely jump on that. And it's just that one little action step that you take, right? Even giving you a call and talking to you about what's the 15-minute step, or how people can get start working with you on getting their finances together, right?
Exactly. One little step at a time.
So, okay. So now you mentioned.
So we were talking about budgets and the bad things people think about them, but I really want to break that mold. So this whole year, we're going to look at refocusing, gaining control, and setting a plan. So this is how we start. What is gaining control? I'm sorry. What is refocus? Thinking about what's important to us. What are we trying to accomplish in our life? We got to think 40, 50, 60 years out and then work backwards. We got to know where we're going, right?
Yes.
We got to look at the bigger picture. It helps us shape our behavior towards driving the long-term results, because 40, 50, 60 years isn't tomorrow. So we got to start planning now for later so that we can accomplish our goals and our dreams. That's what all this is about, right? Being able to live our purpose. Then gain control. So in order for us to accomplish our why or our goals, we have to gain control of our money. We got to tell our money where to go instead of wondering, where did it go?
I love that. We have to tell our money where to go. I love that.
Yes. Then we set a plan. With everything in our life, we always have to have a plan, right? This is where we make changes. We lay out our map. It keeps us focused when those shiny objects show up, or our squirrels, right? And it helps us to set our priorities, especially when those shiny objects do appear. We can look and say, where does this belong in my plan? So you guys do not want to miss any of this, because it's going to be an exciting year. We are going to overhaul your finances.
That's so awesome. And we invite you to come and join us live in the studio audience every month when Dawnette is here. And that's going to be on the fourth Friday of every month at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And join us live in the studio audience and engage with us, interact with us, and start, being proactive with your finances now, and choosing to build your legacy, leave your legacy with, living in financial freedom. And to get us started, we have a courageous soul. We have a courageous soul that's with us. I just want to ding, 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 balloons falling down from the sky. And we have somebody in the studio audience with us that has a question for you, Dawnette. So welcome to the show, Lamar. Can you hear me, Lamar?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. Awesome. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, Lamar. Thanks for coming.
Cool.
So you came on because you wanted to tell us about what's your fear with finances.
I guess my fear of finance is going to be the future. What does the future hold? Am I going to be ready for the future? That's kind of what's scary out there. I mean, am I ready or not? Do I have a plan in place? That's always been kind of a struggle. And I'm sure a lot of us have that same struggle. I was listening to Dawnette say that. So good time for that.
No, and that's a very, very real fear. Are we going to be ready for the future? I think a lot of times we don't want to think about it. And so we live in the now and not think about the future. I hear it a lot with my clients. So
do you want to offer giving Lamar some tips on what it is that he can do right now to, you know, bring himself, you know, bring himself into the now?
Into the now. So getting control of your finances. And that's something we're going to talk throughout the show. But how do you get control of your finances? You become aware. Pull out those bank statements. Look and see where your money's going. Put it in categories. Add it up. Are you content with that? And then you can set a plan. And I know people don't like the word budget, so we can call it plan or spending plan, cash flow, whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you happy. And decide, set your goals. What is it you want to do? What are you trying to accomplish? Where are you overspending? Where can you cut back?
Yes, I love that, because what it does, it really empowers you, because you can look at what is, you can see what is, and like you said, is make a plan for where you want to go. And a lot of sometimes, you know, I heard you say the statistic, what is it? 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
Yes.
So, you know, some of us might want to take on a side hustle and increase your financial income in ways that you hadn't thought about before. Because we know that if you were to sit down and make a list of all your skills and talents, what it is that you're good at, what it is you're really good at, you would be able to offer those services to somebody, or find something that fits you. And, you know, there's many ways to go about it, and adding a side hustle to, you know, your income base is a great idea.
That is a great idea. And we're going to talk about that on one of the shows too, how to generate more income. Because there's two ways to solve our financial problem. It's either cut expenses or increase income.
Yeah, cut expenses. Exactly. You know, and one of my things that I do, and thanks for joining us, Lamar. It's wonderful to have you here. One of the things that I do when I, you know, because I'm also, you know, scaling my business and going larger, and I have a huge network of people that work together with me. And so there's a lot of expenses and different things. And so I'm always looking at the big picture of where I'm going, right? And then when I bring myself back into the now, I look at, you know, where I am now, and bring myself into peace where I am right now, and know that I have the skills, the abilities, that I'm doing everything that I can. And I bet you that you are too, that you are already on top of it, because you're looking at stuff, you're looking at your statements, and, you know, because it's energy. Whenever we think of the future, we're a little bit afraid of the unknown.
Right.
And we're afraid of the unknown, right? And so we bring ourselves back into the now, and know that right now really is all we have. We have today, and today we're going to do our best to live in financial freedom, and, you know, dot our I's and cross our T's, and do that. And then from that point forward, keep doing that same thing, and just getting better and better and better at it. It's a technique, you know, it's an energy technique.
It's a muscle that we have to strengthen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. So, you know, we're just going to skip this break, Dawnette, and we'll just keep going.
All right.
And so, what does fear of finances, what does that look like when people are afraid, what people are afraid of when it comes to money?
Well, I think we hit one of it, is being told no, that they can't do something, restricting the lifestyle that they're living, being afraid of the future. FOMO, as it's called, right? Fear of missing out, and reality. When we start getting aware and start getting right with our finances, we have to face reality of where they're at and what we're doing. For me, fear was reliving my childhood with my children. I didn't want them not to have the clothes that they wanted. I wanted them to have experiences and go places, not worry about food or even a roof over their head. I wanted them to have the best birthday parties ever. And I loved throwing birthday parties for them. They don't care about them anymore, but I loved it. So like I said, I would spend all my money on them. Mm-hmm. So we have to really just think about what's holding us back. Let's face it, because it is what it is. And how can we move past that?
You know, I was thinking about that this morning, like, what is it really that, because I was thinking about this for a technique, like, what is it really that pisses people off? And I think that if we tell somebody they can't do something, is that going to be, like, for instance, you know, like if we challenge them, like if we were to challenge people, like, you know, you can't find, you know, somehow that you can't find freedom with your finances or something like that, because people really want that. It's just that they're afraid of it. And so then what happens is they move into procrastination and staying in the fear rather than going, don't tell me what I can't do. No, right?
No, I totally get that. Cause I'm one of those that's like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me I can't do something. So.
Right. And I think, you know, we need to approach people in that way. Like, you know, what if I told you you can't find freedom with your finances? You know, I mean, it's like, because if you're telling people you can't have something, is that going to be the motivating factor? Because, you know, what really propels people into change and really approaching things head on so that we don't keep doing the same thing? I mean, it's so 80s, 90s to be living in poverty now. It's time for us. It's time for us to, you know, live in our abundance and, you know, be strategic with our money, be smart with our money, be responsible with our money, build foundations that we can be proud of, because, you know, having 7 figures in the bank is a great way to feel freedom, because it gives you the power to be able to do the things that you want to do and support others in grassroots projects that you're passionate about, right?
Exactly. It's being able to be in a place that you have this peace, and you can live the way that you want to live. You can live life on your own terms. Right now, you're letting your money control your choices. Right. You're not really, you think you are controlling it, but it's actually your money who are controlling your choices.
Yeah. And that's why bringing this topic up, talking about it, like, what's your fear around money, bringing it out in the open, because we always know that when we bring things out in the open, then we can make the change. When we talked about it, it's just with anything. Now, yes, we can approach it from a place of, okay, what do we need to do? Because that's exactly what you said that you had to do when you closed your last business, is that you had to look at, okay, this is what we have to do. This is how much money we have now. These are the steps that we need to take. And this is what we need to do. And how many years ago was that?
Like 4, I think it's been about 4 or 5.
Yeah. And since that time, you've really turned things around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's just about taking it, a little bit of progress every day will get us to where we want to go, right? Get 1% better every single day. Yeah. Same thing. Do something a little different. Follow that plan that you made. Write your goals down. Get that ugly bank statement out and look at it. Make sure, get an accountability partner. Somebody that's really going to hold you accountable, not kind of be your, well, that's okay that you did that, but hey, that's not what you said you wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's really an empowering way to right away do something. Like you said, do it every single day, or, you know, at least begin and start. Tell us, Dawnette, why did you want to come out and do this series in the radio program to share this financial wisdom? What was your intention behind that? What is your intention behind it? What are you going to do? Why did you do it?
My intention is to just help the masses. 80% 80% of America is living paycheck to paycheck. There is no reason for that. Mm-hmm. We live in the most abundant country there is. There's no reason for us to be living like that. I think we just need to get refocused. And I just want to help people get that way. Let's get that peace. Let's get that financial freedom, that sail set, so that we can go off into that direction and live our abundant life, live our purpose, fulfill the things that we really want to do. A lot of people stay at jobs because they have to. They feel like they have to because they have these credit cards they have to pay and they're living paycheck to paycheck. So if they leave, what's going to happen? So they're unhappy in the workplace that they're in.
Yeah. And and also that just creates more stress in the body when you're unhappy with your job and you're not feeling fulfilled. And so all of this is all coming up so that you can take a look and have the tools and the support and the strategy on what it is that you can change your life, because many of us have been there. We've been there and we've learned from our lesson. I mean, just my childhood too. I was raised in a poverty childhood where, my mom was the sole breadwinner and wasn't receiving child support from my father. And so there was always a very minimal amount of money that was coming in, and we were barely able to take care of the things that needed to be taken care of. And so that's how I grew up. And, learning how to change my relationship with money has been a journey, because also to release and let go of that old conditioning, those old behaviors, that thing that you talked about of, spending all the money or not having a good relationship with money. And then even, the beliefs that women are not good with money, or, that the religious beliefs that have been, put upon us that are also not true, that money is the root of all evil, and all these things that had to be examined and investigated to see what's true for me. And I invite everybody here to look at how they feel about money and what their beliefs are around money, that money is an energy. It's here to support us to, take care of ourselves in a beautiful way.
Exactly. It's a tool that we get to use to live our purpose and to bless others, to give back. And that's the way we have to look at it, not as something evil. Yes, evil people do evil things with money, but good people do good things with money, right? And we could do so much. Could you imagine if we were all living our purpose, what kind of world we would live in?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be amazing.
And that's what we're doing. That's really what we're doing with these podcasts, with this education, with the intention behind sharing this out so that we can help people discover better ways of living, that we don't have to live the stories that we were born into. We can rise above them and we can change them. We actually must do it. We must do it. And so this is a whole new way of being. And especially like you are a woman who decided that, hey, I want to change this with your conditioning, your upbringing. And then like you talked about, you have 6 kids and you homeschooled. I mean, that's huge. And you're showing a brand new model to your children that, hey, to be responsible with your money, to be responsible with your finances. So you're educating the children at home with some of the things that they didn't get in school, or that they're not getting in school because it's not out there in the school systems yet. The things that we're learning here today, right now on this show, what we're talking about, should be taught in the school system, actually.
I totally agree with that.
Be taught in the school system, and it's not. Our children need to be taught early on how to build a healthy relationship with money, and start early on rather than getting in debt. And So That's
Exactly.
what it is that we're doing. And it's commendable, you know, what you're doing and the role model that you are. And that's why I'm so glad that you decided to come on to Transformation Talk Radio and bring your beautiful mission and vision out to the world to empower others to change their financial story.
Yeah, we're going to have an awesome year. I'm so excited to not just to share, but to hear the transformation that's going to happen in people over this next year as they gain control and find their financial freedom. And wow, it's just going to be breathtaking.
Yes, and I want to invite everybody right now that's listening, anytime that you want to call in at 1-800-930-2819, you can call us up and you can engage with us in the online. And also, if you want to be part of the studio audience, something new that we're rolling out. We had Lamar join us today, which was great. He came in for a short time, but you're welcome to join us and stay with us during the show. And the way you can get your ticket is you can go to KorneliaStephanieVIP.com. And you can go there and then you can look and see all the shows that are listed on Fridays between 12 and 2. And you can look and see, oh, I want to get on this show. And the show that we're doing with Dawnette is once a month on the fourth Friday of every month at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And that's the time for you to come on and go, okay, I'm going to get a hold of my finances. I want to live in financial freedom, and I'm going to learn what it is that I can and take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to support you to change your life for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super excited, you guys. We would love for you guys to join us and just interact with us and be part of the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's take a break on the Kornelia Stephanie Show with Dawnette Palmore, and we'll be right back.
The Side Gig is an amazing way to get your favorite products for free, extra income, and have fun in the process. Hi, I'm Julia Hummingbird Jewel, and I've had so much fun marketing products that I love and use. If you're interested in a side gig, contact me by clicking on my reverse aging page at www.hummingbird-jewel.com.
It's time to get your life back on Burn Bright Today with Jennifer Marcinelli. Tune in each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Learn to move from the darkness of burning out to the light of burning bright. Jennifer is redefining stress and the energetic causes of burnout, shining a light on process to get your life back. For more information about Jennifer and her work, visit burnbrighttoday.com.
Are you ready to shift your current beliefs about death from debilitating pain and loss? Follow Angie Corbett-Kuiper as she shares that through choice, present moment awareness, and keeping an open mind that anything is possible, even in death. Tune in to Beyond Proof Radio with Angie, redefining death and loss, every first and third Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more, visit AngieCorbettKuiper.com.
Stuck in a roundabout of dysfunction? Learn how to speak your truth to power with host Dr. Kathy Obear. Create real change with smart tools and smart strategies. No frills, no fluff, just life-changing conversations to help get you where you want to be. Extend your reach and become an agent for real change with Kathy Obear. For more information on Kathy and her work, please visit drkathyobear.com. That's drkathyobear.com.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Do you need a makeover on your finances? Do you have more month at the end of your money? Do you wonder where all your money goes? Dawnette Palmore has been helping people since 2015 gain control of money so they can live out their purpose. If you need help or know someone that does, go to proverbsfinancialcoaching.com to book your free 30-minute consultation.
Welcome back. We're talking about how to release fear and choose financial freedom now, not next year, not next month, now for 2020, now, do it now. It's going to really change your life, but you have to choose it. Get off the fence and choose it now. So Dawnette, give us those simple recap steps on what it is that we need to do right now to start.
I think even before I say that, we have to choose. It is a choice, right? We have a choice about how we live and what we do with our money. So first, choose that you're going to change, that you want to change, and you're going to do it. Then you want to refocus. What are you trying to achieve? What do you want to do with your life? Gain control. This is where you got to bust out those bank statements and go over them. Look at them. Where's your money going? Once we know where it's going, then we get to tell it where it's going to go. It's not going to say, tell us anymore. It's not going to dictate our life, because it's, when our money's controlling us, it kind of tells us what we can and cannot buy, even what we can and can't eat. Right?
Yeah.
So then you want to set a plan. This is where you guys, the nitty gritty, the dirty work nobody likes to do. But when we get back to that refocus and know why, it's going to make it easier for us to live out this plan that we put in place. So it's making a budget, saying this is what I'm going to spend on eating out, and that's it. I'm not going to go over. This is what I'm going to spend on entertainment, not going to go over. So you have to, again, choose in every category in your life. You have to choose where you want your money to go.
Yeah.
And follow through. That's the most important part, is following through.
That's the reason why it's good to have a buddy person. So what if there's two of you right now that said, hey, I'm going to do this. Maybe it's a husband and wife. Maybe it's a boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe it's two girls, two ladies, two people. Get a buddy, get a group together and say, hey, let's change this. It's always funner to do it when you have a partner. It's just like going to the gym. It's so much better when you have somebody that you can be held accountable with, right?
Very, very true. And again, when you get that accountability partner, because sometimes with our significant other, we tend to be enablers of each other, right? So make sure you guys are really going to hold each other accountable and sit down together, talk about it. What do you guys want to achieve together? What are your goals and your dreams? And what does the legacy you want to leave behind look like? Talk about that. It's super important to talk about it. And don't bully each other. Listen. We got to listen to each other's side and somehow make that work.
Yeah. And I was just thinking about it, again, it's that talking about it, that bringing it out. So when you're looking at those bank statements and you're bringing all that out, looking at it, I recommend doing it, not in the evening before going to bed, but to do it in the morning, or in the afternoon, at a time where you have plenty of room, and be okay with whatever is there that you're going to tackle this, right?
Yeah. And you also want to be in a place where, you don't want to go somewhere where you guys tend to fight. So if you fight a lot in your bedroom, don't go talk about your finances in the bedroom.
Yeah.
If you tend to argue in the kitchen, don't talk about them in the kitchen. Go somewhere that's kind of a neutral place, maybe even public, because you might not want to argue there either. People don't tend to want to argue in public, but go somewhere that's going to be a safe place. And again, come with no judgment, because we all make mistakes. We all have different ways that we see things, that we're going to deal with things. When you have that partner in your life, you guys are on the same team. So don't fight against each other with your money. You got to remember that. That's super important. You're on the same team.
Yeah. And at least, have that vision of where you want to go. And I say that if you are an entrepreneur and if you're making less than $100,000 a year, that's really, the statistics show that business is likely not going to succeed in the future, mainly because of the evolution that's taking place, and to scale and to keep growing and to keep, raising the bar because you're capable of so much. And really now is the time where we're laying new foundations for building legacies that we can be proud of. And it's not the old story. It's brand new decade, new time, new place. And now is the time to do that. And having our finances is the first step. Like Dawnette told us earlier, it's to be able to, when we have freedom in our finances, we can move. And, it may take a little while to get those get everything laid down, but it's all those little steps that she talked about, that one little step.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's tell everybody again where your website is.
My website is proverbsfinancialcoaching.com.
Okay.
You can go there. I give a free 60-minute consultation. You could do Zoom, or you could do the phone. We'll just get to know each other a little bit, talk about some of your goals, and I'll explain to you what coaching looks like with me and see if we're a good fit. No harm, no foul.
That's a wonderful first step. So yes, definitely take advantage of it. It's a free call that you can take advantage of to see what Dawnette can, how she can support you, what she can offer, and to see if the two of you would be a good fit. I actually am going to put you in contact right now with my niece who I saw on Facebook this morning, that was talking about she really wants that financial freedom, and maybe she's ready for this. And so I will be putting her. I'm going to have her watch this podcast. For those of you that are going to see this later on YouTube, it would be great for you to write underneath the comments about what it is that you're fearful around money, because that was one of the questions that we asked today. You can write it underneath the comments, and we so appreciate that when you engage and interact with us. And you can come and get your ticket at KorneliaStephanieVIP.com to join us live in the studio audience for next month and begin there. I mean, we're moving into Thanksgiving now. The holiday season is upon us, and there's so much to be grateful for. At the same time, it's like, let's stay conscious, guys. Let's stay really conscious, and let's stay engaged and not fall into this slumber. And then when January 16th comes along, everybody's depressed. So, let's really stay on top of the game. So, and then you have your text, your phone. You were going to also give that out one more time.
My phone number is 562-556-1227. You can call me. You can text me. Don't forget, if you give me your email, you'll get this cool little RDIF protector for your debit and credit cards.
And that's already a great way to stay, in charge of your finances, because it's going to help you to stay protected, to make sure that nobody's going to get your information, which is a really important step.
Yes, very true.
Yeah. So I just want to thank everybody for listening and for tuning into the Kornelia Stephanie Show. Dawnette Palmore, it's wonderful to have you part of the Transformation Talk Radio Network. And I want to thank you so much for bringing this topic of helping us move from fear to freedom with our finances. And I look forward over the next year to, help the audience, to help our listeners transform their financial story into victory.
Same here. And thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here and share this with everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Dawnette. We'll see you all next time. Take good care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.